Hello boys and girls, welcome to our math class. Today we're going to be talking about comparing fractions. So first thing we're going to do is look at each one of these A through H, and we're going to be answering the questions. So which is longer, half of recess or half of a Saturday? Clearly half of a Saturday is longer. Recess is about 15 minutes, so half of that would be about 7.5 minutes. A Saturday, if you're talking about just the day, would be 12 hours during the daytime hours, or if you think about 24 hours on Saturday, 12 hours would be half. So either way you look at it, half of Saturday is bigger. Which is longer, half of a minute or half of an hour? Half of an hour is a larger whole. So basically you're going to be comparing the wholes. Which is more, half of an apple or half of a watermelon? What's bigger, an apple or a watermelon? Good, half of a watermelon. Go ahead and do D through H, and then come back and check your answers. All right, we're going to move on down to 1/2 and 1/3. Here we're just comparing unit fractions. Remember, the smaller the denominator, the bigger the pieces. So we're going to do 1/2 or 1/3, 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 3. 1/2 is bigger. 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 3. 1/3 is bigger. The bigger the denominator, the smaller the pieces. So 1/3 is bigger than 1/4. 1 out of 8 or 1 out of 7. Go ahead and do that one on your own. Pause the video and we'll check it in a minute. All right, let's look at number 3. Choose one pair of the fractions from problem 2 and discuss your answer. How do you know which is more? So I'm going to choose this one, 1/2 and 1/3. 1/2 is greater than 1/3 because, and this is where you can write out the smaller the denominator, the bigger the pieces, or you could say that 1 out of 2 is greater than 1 out of 3, or you could actually just draw the picture. So you have 3 options. You can list out in words and explaining it. You can draw a model or a picture, or you can use the little thing where Ms. Jill says the bigger the denominator, the smaller the pieces. So 1/2 is bigger than 1/3. All right. My friends and I are sharing a watermelon. I got 1/4 of the watermelon, and my friend Michelle got 2/4 of the watermelon. Okay, so I got 1/4, my friend got 2/4. Who got more, 1/4 or 2/4? So this is Michelle's, and this is mine. I'm just going to put I, because in the problem it says I. You can put mine or I, mine. So who has more, 1 out of 4 or 2 out of 4? I want you to draw a picture to explain your answer. Here's my watermelon. I'm going to cut it into half and then fourths. If I got half, then I get 1, 2. Or Miss Michelle got 2/4, 2 out of 4. And I only got 1/4. And I'll make mine polka dots. Okay, 2/4 is greater than 1/4. 2 out of 4 is greater than 1 out of 4. That's my explanation. We're going to do the same thing at the bottom. You're going to cut this shape into 6 and then cut it in and color in 1 out of 6 and cut this into thirds and do 1/3. I'm going to do the 1/6 with you. I'm going to cut it in half first, and then I'm going to think about if I were going to cut this into thirds, because we know that if we take thirds and we cut them into half, we'll get 6s. So 1/6 looks like this, and that would name 1/6. Each one of these is 1/6. But I just shade in 1 out of 6. Now here we're going to do 1 out of 3. So you're going to cut this into 3 equal pieces and then shade in 1 out of the 3. We'll come back and check that in a minute. Let's go back up here. Which is more, half of a cookie or half of a cake? Hopefully you said half of a cake. Which has more mass? Mass means weight. 1 kilogram or half of a kilogram or half of a gram. A gram is about the size of a paperclip. A kilogram is like things that you would measure, books or desks, or it's a bigger weight. So a kilogram is bigger than a gram. Half of a book, half of a feather. Half of a book. Which holds more, half of a water bottle or half of a swimming pool? Half of a pool. Which is more, half of a liter? A liter is, think about the things that are like soda, or if you look at Miss Gerald's big water bottle, like my water bottle like this is a liter, so, or about a liter, so half of a liter, or half of a milliliter. A milliliter is a little tiny amount that you would measure like little medicine droppers. So if you've had Tylenol recently, then those little cups of medicine, one of the tiny little lines on the bottom is a milliliter. It's a very small amount. So half of a liter is more. Okay, when you are checking this, 1/8 and 1/7, we know that 1/7 is greater because it's 1 out of 7 versus 1 out of 8. And then back down here, we have thirds. And remember, as long as you do it as close to accurate as possible, we will accept it. All right, friends, that's all we have for our comparing. If you have any more questions, please check out other videos that we have, email your teachers, or check in with us during math class. Talk to you soon. Learn a lot. Bye.